Leorio, a guy who was on the boat with Going Freaks. He was trying to become a hunter too. He didn't have any no fancy moves or anything. He just knew that, with that he could then, get money and put himself through school. He was about money. But it wasn't just about the money. You know, it seemed like that at first, but really he had a friend that died and he wasn't there for him. You know, he wanted to, put himself through schooling and shit so he could then, save lives and shit. And not watch, people die, give people the care they deserve, you know, the treatment they deserve, as a doctor. That's what Leorio's real goal was. And doing the hunter exams, he can become a hunter, make money, and then, put himself through school to become a doctor. He, was in the hunter exams. No, he didn't do that well. You know, he was the weakest link on the team. When it got to the, jail people, he was, playing a game where they were betting the, time because they had time. They were betting their time away, you know. So, if they lost, they would have to spend like 75 hours in a room isolated, or they could like not spend all that time in the room and they could get straight to where they need to be to like qualify for the next round. But he spent all his time on that because he was like, focused on some girl, that was a prisoner. She was playing games with him. He cost them, but he was still, on his shit. He was trying to, become a hunter because I need to become a doctor. He was then, watching everything go down with his friends. You know, he's not a, qualified hunter like that, Leorio. But he's still a character that was there for, Going Freaks and Killua and Kurapika. You know, he's a good support cast. 79 for his strength, 81 for his speed, 81 for his durability, 82 for his endurance, 82 for his intelligence, and 81 for his experience. With the 78 for his close skills, 78 for his range skills, and recoup out of 81%. 80% for his hacks. Overall power score for this guy is 80.3 for Leorio. Be cool, call on the corner.